the 1999 All-Star Game at Fenway, when baseball honored Ted Williams one last time. There are nights in baseball that stop time, not because of a walk-off home run, not because of a perfect game, but because something happens on the field, something unplanned, something unrehearsed, that reminds every person watching exactly why they fell in love with this game in the first place. July 13, 1999, Fenway Park, Boston, Massachusetts. The last All-Star game of the 20th century. The air was thick with nostalgia. The All-Century team had just been introduced. Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Bob Gibson, Johnny Bench, walking out to a stadium full of people who understood exactly what they were seeing. But none of that prepared anyone for what came next. From the center field doors, a golf cart emerged, and inside it, an 80-year-old man in a Red Sox cap. The crowd did not just cheer. They roared. A sound like thunder rolling across Boston Harbor, a sound you feel in your chest. I was there that night. My son was sitting right next to me. He was 10 years old, in an oversized Red Sox cap, eating a hot dog, and not fully understanding what was about to happen. By the end of the night, he did. Chapter 1. The Splendid Splinter returns. To feel the weight of that moment, you have to understand who Ted Williams was, not just as a baseball player, as a man. Theodore Samuel Williams, born in San Diego, California in 1918. Obsessive, relentless. He could see the rotation on a baseball at 90 miles an hour and know what pitch it was before it reached the plate. In 1941, he hit .406, the last man in baseball history to ever hit over .400. It has been over 80 years. Nobody has come close. And he gave up the best years of his career for his country, twice, World War II and Korea, 39 combat missions. His wingman on some of those flights was a young pilot named John Gwynn. When he retired in 1960, he did it the only way Ted Williams could, with a home run in his final at-bat at Fenway Park. No curtain calls, no tip of the cap, just a home run and a walk back to the dugout. That was Ted. By 1999, he was 80 years old. He had suffered strokes. His eyesight was failing. But when that golf cart rolled out onto the warning track and 34,000 people rose to their feet, Ted Williams smiled like a man who had come home. Chapter 2. When superstars became little kids. The cart turned toward the infield, and lined up on the baselines were the greatest players of 1999. McGwire, Sosa, Griffey, Gwynn, Jeter, Nomar. Men used to being the show, the reason the tickets got sold. And then the cart pulled up near the mound, and one by one, they could not help themselves. McGwire moved first, then Griffey, then Sosa, then Gwynn. No signal, no plan, pure instinct. They broke formation and swarmed that cart. For several minutes, the mightiest names in baseball became something else entirely. They became little boys, wide-eyed, grinning, leaning over the side of a golf cart to shake the hand of an old man in a Red Sox cap. Tony Gwynn crouched beside him, reverently, like a student before a master. Ted reached out for Nomar and said something nobody else could hear. McGwire laughed. Jeter shook his hand with both of his. Griffey leaned all the way in to get close. And I looked down at my son. He had stopped eating his hot dog. His mouth was slightly open. "Dad," he whispered, "why are they all crowding him?" I put my hand on his shoulder. "Because," I said, "they know they are standing in the presence of history." He nodded, and he just watched. I will never forget it, as long as I live. Chapter 3. The Pitch and the Performance. The PA announcer finally, gently, asked the players to return to their positions. Nobody wanted to go, but slowly, reluctantly, they backed away, still smiling, still glancing over their shoulders. With Tony Gwynn by his side and Carlton Fisk behind the plate, Ted Williams threw the ceremonial first pitch. The crowd erupted one final time. Ted waved, and the cart carried him off the field. And then the game began. If any pitcher was suited to follow that moment, it was Pedro Martinez. In 1999, Pedro would finish the year 23-4 with a 2.07 ERA and 313 strikeouts. Unanimous Cy Young, the most dominant pitcher on the planet, pitching at Fenway. His people. He did not waste the moment. Barry Larkin, gone. Larry Walker, gone. Sammy Sosa, gone. 3 up, 3 down. 3 strikeouts, perfect. Then next inning, McGwire stepped in. 70 home runs the year before. The most feared hitter in the history of the game. Pedro stared at him. Fastball up and in. Devastating changeup. High fastball away. McGwire swung through it. Strike 3. Fenway lost its mind. Then Bagwell, gone. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. An all-star game record tied. On a night that was already going to live forever, Pedro made sure he was part of the legend.
Coach Wiz, allow me to close this one out. You know, I have been around this game a long time. I have coached a lot of kids. And one of the hardest things to teach, I mean really teach, so it sticks, is respect. Not the kind of respect you force, the kind that comes from inside, when you truly understand what came before you. What happened that night at Fenway in 1999 was the greatest lesson in respect I have ever seen on a baseball diamond. Those men, McGwire, Griffey, Sosa, Gwynn, they did not have to go to that cart. Nobody told them to. Nobody wrote it in the program. They went because in their bones, they knew. They knew they were in the presence of something that does not come along twice. So here is what I want every parent watching this to do. Find that footage. Sit down with your kid and watch their faces when they see the biggest names in baseball turn into wide-eyed little boys. Watch what happens. Because when you can show your child that kind of moment, when they see that true greatness is not just about home runs and batting averages, that is when something shifts. That is when they start to understand that this game is bigger than any one player, bigger than any one season. Ted Williams earned that moment by being exactly who he was his entire life. A man who gave everything to baseball, who gave years of his life to his country, who never stopped caring about the game. That is the legacy worth chasing. Ted Williams passed away on the 5th of July, 2002, but that night lives forever. Outside Fenway today, there is a bronze statue of Ted Williams placing his cap on a young boy looking up at him. Every time I walk past it with my son, who is grown now, with his own love for the game, we stop. We do not talk about the 406. We talk about the night McGwire laughed at something an old man said from a golf cart. We talk about Tony Gwynn just listening. We talk about Nomar hearing words nobody else could hear. We talk about Pedro carrying that electricity on his right arm for 2 innings. And we talk about a 10-year-old boy in an oversized Red Sox cap who stopped eating his hot dog and watched history being made. That is what baseball does. At its very best, that is exactly what baseball does. It connects the past to the present, the legends to the children, the fathers to the sons, and it reminds us all that some nights, the game is bigger than the game. Thank you for watching Fathers of the Diamond. Subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with someone who loves baseball, because the best stories deserve to be passed down.